So this has been in the news, right? And the reason we're bringing this up is it's very related. China's taken issue with Trump's move to link tariffs to fentanyl. They're getting pissed off. And in fact, if you go to the next picture, this is the real crux of this.
Yeah.
This is in state media. What does this say?
China has never exported fentanyl-related medications to North America.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Exactly.
Because this is the Select Committee on the Strategic Competition between the United States and the Chinese Communist Party. This is an official report, right? Do you know what they found?
Well,
The CCP's role in the fentanyl crisis. You know what they found?
Well, the CCP is giving tax breaks for companies that are exporting fentanyl.
So China, bald-faced, is now going out there saying this tariff stuff is unfair because we actually never even sent fentanyl to America.
Yeah.
And quite literally was giving tax breaks to companies to do it.
Well, they're giving tax breaks for these companies to create these fentanyl or chemicals that are, part of the whole fentanyl drug processing thing. They give them tax rebates and subsidies so that this stuff can be sent.
See that.
Yeah.
So they can export rebate subsidies for fentanyl.
Yeah, export
fentanyl
rebate
analogs,
subsidies.
PCP, and other chemicals. So there was more than just fentanyl.
Yeah, exactly.
There was other drugs too. It's almost like they're trying to poison the U.S.
So the government's like, hey, if you export fentanyl, we'll pay for that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not only did they supply it, they're like, have a tax break.
Yeah, we're going to we'll basically, with subsidies means they're actually just paying for it.
Yes, we want you to do this more.
Break. Yeah. The Chinese government is subsidizing fentanyl production. Yeah. Simple as that. And the export of fentanyl. So go sit and swivel, China, with your nonsense.
There's another rebate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the 2019.
The document's in the description.
Yeah, if you want to go read up on it, the full document's in the description. But we all know that China is behind supplying the fentanyl to the world, and they've been pushing it really hard. And as I've said before, I do think that it's a misguided revenge for the opium wars and the century of humiliation, as they call it. Actually, 2 centuries of humiliation. And you will not hear the end of it when you live in China. School children are taught this. Everyone's taught this. They won't shut up about this century of humiliation. It's one of the biggest things that they're taught to feel inadequate.
Peter has a good point. He says, question to China, why the fentanyl war? We are not Britain.
Yeah, exactly.
What did we do
But
as
again,
Americans?
when you live in China, you'll understand that the West is
just
the
the West, yeah.
And it doesn't matter. There's no difference between France or Germany or England or America or Brazil or anywhere. It's just that's the West.
Yep.
They're the outsiders. That's why they call everybody Waiguoren.
Yeah.
It's literally
Outside
just
country
foreign person.
Yeah.
And it annoys the crap out of me that they call me a Waiguoren here too.
In America?
Yes.
Well, you are.
No, but I mean, but when they're a tourist.
Know that.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
It just annoys the crap out of me, doesn't
They call
it?
me a foreigner in my
Yeah,
own
that's what I'm
country.
saying.
It's quite rich.
Remember when we went out to the skiing slope or whatever?
Yes.
And they're like, oh, these Waiguoren wear this or whatever. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You're a tourist.
I said, when I reply in Chinese, it always gives them quite the scare.
Yeah, exactly.
I say, who's the foreigner now?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, just had to bring this up because it's quite crazy. Speaking of the China and drugs, this is quite an issue. Oklahoma has a huge problem with Chinese criminal gangs.
Yeah, apparently the land for illegal grow ops or fraud grow ops for marijuana is very cheap in Oklahoma. And the rule is you can get, if you're an Oklahoma resident, for 2 years, I guess you can make your own grow op.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is they'll get people that are residents, and then these Chinese gangs will run these grow ops.
Yeah. These very dangerous criminal gangs.
Yeah.
I mean, just everybody knows by now that marijuana or pot is legal in many states in America. It's fairly legal, right?
Yeah, most of them, I think.
It's not a huge deal. But that's not what this is all about. This is about there are these illegal Chinese gangs, and they operate on the black market, and they want to grow and sell this marijuana to make a profit.
Yeah, it's
business. And the way they do it is in an illegal way, because they're illegal. They bring in illegal people that are
illegal
not
immigrants. And
stuff. Illegal immigrants. Yeah. You'll see if you read these articles that a lot of them have been detained and are in immigration.
ICE, yeah.
And so what happens is they'll approach a scumbag who lives in whatever area, and they'll be like, we just need to use your name because you live here. We'll pay you a certain amount. The guy's like, okay, he signs papers. Now he's the boss.
He's complicit.
Of course he's complicit. This guy was arrested, this particular guy. So he's like the boss, but he doesn't do anything. He never even goes on site, never sees anything.
Right.
They build these factories. They start farming marijuana using illegal trafficked slave labor from China.
Yeah.
And they operate on this, there's this underground pipeline between the East Coast and the West Coast where they distribute these drugs everywhere, make a huge profit, of course, to fund their other illicit activities. And it's a big problem. And it's a big problem in Oklahoma, as you can see.
Yeah.
You know,
and to move it along, the irony here is that China has a massive drug problem too.
Yes.
Right? We've seen it everywhere, especially with heroin and methamphetamines and stuff.
Oh,
right?
and by the way, just the idea of growing marijuana, if you were to do that in China, that's it. You're done.
Yes.
Death penalty if you try to do it as a business.
Right. So here's some, drug addicts in China.
Yes.
Go ahead and in Yunnan. We saw this a lot, especially across the borders in Yunnan and stuff.
Yeah.
And Guangxi as well. And the thing is, they take it incredibly seriously. They execute people every day for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They take down massive organizations. They take it deadly seriously. And I thought you guys might be interested in some anti-drug posters.
I think it's kind of interesting because I think most people have this skewed idea that the drug addicts it's kind of an American problem.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's a big problem.
Because
old ladies used to try to sell us meth in the street.
Exactly. But when it comes to drugs and to China, people seem to think that China has it under control and that there aren't drug addicts there. That's not true.
Well, they do take it seriously.
Yeah.
Not so much the addicts, like the production and stuff. They'll have like a big bus and they'll put it out for show, right?
Yeah.
Like I said. So they don't take it seriously abroad.
Yeah.
They're like, go commit your crimes abroad. That's fine.
Yes.
Dear citizens. We're going to take care of it here, even though there's a massive drug problem, right? I thought it was kind of interesting.
Do you know that the drug problem is so big in China that every single time you go to sing karaoke, you are bombarded with these horrendous videos in front of the karaoke before you start. And it shows like all these horrible side effects of drugs and stuff. And they're like, don't take drugs because they know everybody takes drugs.
It's like if you went to go play mini golf, right? And they pulled down a screen every time. And they're like, don't shoot up heroin while you play mini golf. They do that every time you go to KTV. And by the way, KTV is ubiquitous across China. Everyone of every age goes and does it.
Yeah, so a little kid goes in there and it's like, don't take...
It'll show like an army guy and like a dead person. And
they'll
all
be
these
like, we'll execute
imagery.
you if you take drugs or steal, distribute drugs and stuff. It's pretty bad. So, I mean, we just wanted to, again, splash a little reality on everybody.
Yes.
China isn't a utopia where there are no drug addicts. In fact,
no. I mean, they just hide it. Right?
Yeah, it's just hidden. Yeah. Although it's not hidden when you're there.
No, this stuff's everywhere.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're a foreigner that is shilling for the Chinese government and you don't know much, you probably can't read these. And you look at them, you're like, what's that crazy? Is it a band poster?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, honestly, if you were just a foreign shill and you saw a poster, an anti-drug poster, except for this one that you can kind of make out of marijuana leaf, you probably wouldn't know what it is.
No.
Like you say, is it a poster for a band?
You don't know.
Is that like an album cover or something?
Cool.
It's like, ooh, Puppet Master.
Right.
Yeah. It's just the Chinese knockoff Metallica.
It could be. Like a shit Metallica. But that's the idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember
Do you have any experience with soap operas?
I hate them.
What is your experience with soap operas?
They suck.
Can you pause that real quick? Bro can't even walk in showing his nips.
Yeah.
Free the nipple.
Oh, no.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
The foreigner is supposed to be like a monkey on TV. We have to act excitedly over every little thing. He looks creepy.
Look at the TV in the background.
Yes, look at the TV in the background.
Oh, can you give me your... Oh, this is getting creepo.
This guy's so unnerving.
I know.
Stop.
I hate this. Oh, see how it gets weird? Bro is an expert of Chinese culture, language, opera.
Yeah.
Has dedicated his life, won a scholarship, and he's walking around. People are calling him shit.
when I close my eyes, I can almost see it.